The following is a presentation of RMG Sports, award-winning championship television.
The 2012 season of Powerboat Superleague racing was filled with full-throttle, nose-to-nose racing on waterways throughout America. Dominating the scene has been the Rinker family, Rob Rinker, a leader in the F3s, and Terry Rinker dominating the F2s. Now they must make one more stop, Memphis, Tennessee, for the Powerboat Superleague Championship. Will Team AMSOIL make it a clean sweep, or will the Mississippi have other plans? We'll find out as Powerboat Superleague racing from Memphis starts now. Race fans, welcome to the home of the Blues, Memphis, Tennessee, where on a blustery day for racing, Powerboat Superleague is set to crown its 2012 Series champions here at the AutoZone Powerboat Racing Championship. Along with my broadcast partner Mike Tilton, I'm Jared Romsberg, so proud to be with you again as Powerboat Superleague makes its return to the Memphis Riverfront and prepares to take on the muddy Mississippi. At our last visit here in 2010, the Formula 3 Series took to the water first and put on quite a show. The fleet of 11 of the world's finest drivers lined up on Mud Island with Dalzell, South Carolina's Brent Dillard sitting on the pole. When they exploded off of the dock 52, Mike Hooper led the fleet onto the backstretch of the 3/8 mile course. But his stay in the front was very short-lived as Brent Dillard powered by on the inside and held the point as the field screamed into turn 3 for the first time. Hooper would ride in the third place slot for nearly half of the race behind the pink 8 boat of Tammy Wolf Jacob. These two put on a fantastic show, but Wolf Jacob went wide out of turn 4 on lap 10, and the Magic Man moved the 52 boat into second. Then 16, Carol Reno came alongside of Wolf Jacob and stole the third place slot. With 5 laps to go, a stray turn buoy would bring the caution out. On the restart, Brent Dillard was slow on the trigger, and Mike Hooper took off with the lead. But Dillard blasted up on the inside and went on to win the 2010 Formula 3 feature race in Memphis. Brent Dillard is now racing a Formula 2 boat, and Rob Rinker is the man everyone is chasing in 2012. Here's Mike Tilton with our defending series champ, Mike.
Rob, just about a 70-point lead over Tammy Wolf Jacob. We'd never had a lady driver win the championship, and she told me that you've got a bullseye on your back.
Yeah, Tammy's always been gunning for me. I'm pretty sure she's got her set up pretty good this weekend, and she's going to try and, fight for it the whole way.
Thanks, guys. The Formula 2s are back, and man, what a show they put on for the fans along the Memphis Riverfront in 2010. Orlando, Florida's Donnie McDowell had the checkered snouted number 3 on the pole when the fleet exploded off the dock. The fleet flew into turn 3 at 115 miles an hour, 5 wide, with the Big Mac taking the lead as they crossed the line to start lap 1. Tampa, Florida's Terry Rinker in the black AMSOIL 10 came alongside of Rob DeNicolantonio in a 33 boat to challenge for the second place slot. DeNicolantonio would ride in the second place slot for nearly half the race. On lap 17, Robbie D came up on our leader and almost climbed into the cockpit with them as the two made contact outside of turn 4. Robbie D had to get out of the throttle and Terry Rinker moved to the outside and slid into the second place slot. DeNicolantonio didn't give up as he was back in the fight and stayed in Rinker's hip pocket in third. Rinker and Donnie McDowell went side by side for the lead with 5 laps to go. Rinker had a little more momentum coming out of turn 4, and the AMSOIL 10 moved alongside and then by the 3 boat as Terry Rinker grabbed the lead. McDowell had trouble in turn 2, and the opportunistic Rob DeNicolantonio slid by on the inside and shifted the Big Mac from first to third in a blink. Tampa, Florida's Terry Rinker won Powerboat Superleague's 2010 Formula 2 feature in Memphis. Mike Tilton is standing by with our defending race winner and current Formula 2 championship points leader, Mike.
Terry, 2012 has been very good to you. 5 world records racing on the straightaways, leading in points, and no one's ever beat you this year on the Super League Tour. So I see that big smile on your face, but now you've got 10 other drivers that say, I just want to kick him off the top one more time.
Yeah, I know that target's on our back, but Team AMSOIL has just done excellent this year. We've not stopped, and we're not going to stop. We're going to take it all the way through, finish this one off the way we've gone all year long, and keep that AMSOIL boat at the top of the podium.
Thank you, guys. We have a bunch of racing planned for you fans, so don't move a muscle. We'll get to Powerboat Superleague Formula 3 qualifying from the AutoZone Powerboat Championship here in Memphis right after this.
This presentation of Powerboat Superleague Racing at the 2012 AutoZone Powerboat Championship in Memphis is brought to you by AutoZone. Get in the zone. AutoZone. The Memphis Riverfront Development Corporation. Learn more at memphisriverfront.com. The Memphis Convention and Visitors Bureau. Memphis, home of the blues, the birthplace of rock and roll. Learn more at memphistravel.com. And by Mud Island River Park, bringing families to the river for 30 years. This segment of Powerboat Superleague Racing is brought to you by the Memphis Riverfront Development Corporation. Learn more at memphisriverfront.com.
Race fans, welcome back to Memphis, where we are getting ready for Powerboat Superleague's Formula 3 qualifying. The floods of 2011 caused the cancellation of Powerboat Superleague racing here in Memphis. Extensive damage was done to the riverfront as much of Mud Island and Tom Lee Park were underwater. But Memphis is making a comeback. Take a look at Beale Street Landing. The city of Memphis is working hard to showcase its beautiful riverfront here on the Mississippi, and Powerboat Superleague is proud to be part of the comeback. Now let's get things rocking and rolling with highlights from Formula 3 qualifying here at the AutoZone Powerboat Championships in Memphis. 7, Sammy Miller was the fastest in time trials and started the first heat race on the pole. His teammate, 8, Tammy Wolf-Jacob, was right next door and stayed attached to Sam's hip as they flew onto the course. But lurking in third was our defending series champion, current points leader, 10, Rob Rinker. Rinker would have a little trouble in turn 4 and let 19, Jeff Larson, move alongside to challenge for third. But our champion made short work of the rookie and powered the AMSOIL 10 down the front stretch at well over 80 miles per hour. Soon, Larson would be challenged by fellow rookie 58, Jeff Cresciano. Cresciano held the inside line and ripped the Pilot 58 through turns 1 and 2 and took the 4th place slot away from Larson. Rinker and Wolf-Jacob would battle door to door for most of the race, with Wolf-Jacob keeping the Flirt Energy Drinks 8 ahead of Rinker's AMSOIL 10. Rinker had little success with the inside line, but made some ground on the outside as these two were in a dogfight for the 2nd place position, wowing the crowd watching from Tom Lee Park. While these two were occupied, Sam Miller built up a huge lead and went on to win the first of 2 Formula 3 heat races. On the last turn of the last lap, Rob Rinker carried some momentum out of turn 4 and stole 2nd away from Tammy Wolf-Jacob. In the 2nd heat race, the inverted starting order put Rob Rinker in the catbird seat on the pole. But Rinker had a bad start, and Dan Bunting in the Flex Seal 13 rocketed off the dock with the early lead. Teammates 8, Tammy Wolf-Jacob, and 7, Sam Miller, roared up alongside to make it a 3-wide battle for the lead as they screamed down the backstretch approaching 90 miles per hour. As they drove right into the blinding sun, Dan Bunting was holding on to the lead with a white-knuckled grip. Bunting made a valiant effort, but Tammy kept her foot in it and powered the Flirt Energy Drinks 8 boat down the front stretch, past Bunting and into the lead. She stayed on the throttle knowing the competition behind her was fierce. 7, Sam Miller, and 10, Rob Rinker were fighting for 2nd. Miller had trouble coming out of the turn, and Rinker blasted up on the inside and carried the AMSOIL 10 into 2nd. Less than 80 points separated Rob Rinker and Tammy Wolf-Jacob for the Series Points Championship, and Rinker knew that he had to make every lap count. Just like her teammate Miller, Wolf-Jacob had trouble out of turn 4. Rinker looked to capitalize, but Tammy stayed out front. A turn buoy broke loose and the race would end under caution, with Tammy Wolf-Jacob earning the victory in Heat Race 2. With qualifying complete, it was Kankakee, Illinois' Sam Miller earning the pole for the Formula 3 feature race in Memphis. He knows the windy conditions will make for rough racing.
It's kind of windy out, so we're going to have to keep her in line and watch the waves for sure, and let's watch the water and see how it turns out in the corners. That's our big challenge in the corners. I think the straights will be okay. The corners are the roughest, I'd say.
Now let's meet the rest of the starting lineup for the Formula 3 feature race here at the 2012 AutoZone Powerboat Racing Championship in Memphis. Clifton, Illinois' Tammy Wolf-Jacob will start the Flirt Energy Drinks number 8 in the 2nd place slot for the feature. Defending series champ and current points leader Tampa, Florida's Rob Rinker placed the AMSOIL 10 third on the dock. Powerboat Superleague Rookie of the Year contender Jeff Cresciano from Elk River, Minnesota starts the Pilot 58 in 4th. In the 5th place slot on the dock, we find the Flex Seal 13, driven by Columbus, Ohio's Dan Bunting. Former U.S. Air Force pilot and veteran boat racer Bill Mastro from Punta Gorda, Florida, will start the 89 in 6th. Another veteran boat racer and fellow Floridian Steve DeNicolantonio from Longboat Key, Florida, starts 7th. Qualifying 8th in his first race with Powerboat Superleague, we find Coon Rapids, Minnesota's Jeff Larson. And in the 9th and final slot on the dock, it's the Skeeter-paced 75, driven by Lesage, West Virginia's Roger LeGrand. That's how they'll line up, and if we can get these high winds to die down and the buoys to stay in place, we're going to go Formula 3 boat racing on the Mississippi here at the 2012 AutoZone Powerboat Championship in Memphis, right after this.
This segment of Powerboat Super League Racing is brought to you by Bubba Burger. You'll never bite a burger better than a Bubba.
Race fans, welcome back to a windy Memphis, where we have been experiencing wind gusts of over 30 miles per hour. These high winds are also making white-capped waves on the Mississippi, and Powerboat Super League officials have had to call the Formula 3 race due to poor conditions. This means that our pole sitter, Sam Miller, has been crowned the winner of the Formula 3 race here in Memphis. Mike Tilton is standing by with our lucky winner. Mike.
Sammy, first place here in Memphis, an awesome job. You got the new boat just strolling along. Tell us about your weekend here at the AutoZone race in Memphis.
Oh, it was a challenging race for sure. We did good on our qualifying run, and we know first fastest lap time, so we did good there, and unexpected for the water conditions, but we come out ahead. Then the race was a little bit challenging. We lost a buoy, and so it made the course a little bit shorter and a little bit tougher to race. So, but we managed to come through and put it out there and did good.
Powerboat Super League rookie Jeff Cresciano earned another top 5 finish for the 2012 season. Dan Bunting in the Flex Seal 13 earned a career-high 5th place finish. Great job by all the drivers in these rough conditions. Now here's Mike Tilton with our 2nd place finisher. Mike.
Tammy, 2nd place here in Memphis at the AutoZone Powerboat races. Not too bad. Your teammate wins. You come home in 2nd place. Tell us a little bit about your weekend.
Well, it was really a flirtatious weekend with our Flirt Energy drink. We just had the power to get a 2nd place. We really would have liked that 1st place finish. Would have helped us out in the point series, but we'll take 2nd right now, and we'll just challenge for next year.
Tammy Wolf-Jacob comes awfully close to the top, but falls just 56 points short. Sam Miller finished an impressive 3rd in points for 2012. Bill Mastro and Carol Reno round out your top 5. Mike Tilton is standing by with our Formula 3 Series champ. Mike.
Rob, congratulations on the 2nd Super League Tour Championship in Formula 3. Lots of great boats out there all year with you, but you brought it home a champion. How does it feel to do the 2nd one in a row, but also the 2nd time winning the championship with your dad as well?
It feels great. I mean, we put a lot into it, and it takes a lot to get to the top. And fortunately, I have a really good crew. They never stop. I mean, to the late nights of repairing boats. I mean, even on top, you still get bumps and bruises. This is a sport that is challenging at best. I mean, it's rough on the course sometimes, and you just got to take it how it is. Fortunately, we got the First and Synthetics, AMSOIL behind us, and they do everything they can to keep us on top.
Well, congratulations to our Formula 3 Series champion, Rob Rinker. While we wait for these winds to settle down, we've got Formula 2 qualifying highlights when we come back to the AutoZone Powerboat Championship in Memphis right after this.
This segment of Powerboat Super League Racing is brought to you by AutoZone. Get in the zone. AutoZone.
Welcome back to Memphis, race fans. While we are dealing with some windy conditions today, yesterday's qualifying had a picture-perfect day for racing. Thousands came to Beale Street Landing and Tom Lee Park to enjoy the racing. They also came for some great food, as several vendors were on hand serving up some local delicacies, adding so much to a great day of racing. And speaking of racing, let's check out some highlights of Formula 2 qualifying at the AutoZone Powerboat Championship here in Memphis. The first of 2 groups of Formula 2 boats took to the water for the first of 2 heat races, with our series points leader 10, Terry Rinker, on the pole. When they launched off the dock, Terry Rinker took off, and Formula 2 rookie 80, Brent Dillard, stayed with our defending race winner as they flew onto the course. Dillard won here in 2010 in a Formula 3 boat, so he knows his way to the front. While Rinker and Dillard pulled away, 2 Lee Daniel and 34 Jeff Reno put on a show, fighting for the third place position. Reno was a front runner in the 2009 race and was trying to get up to battle for the lead. But it was a futile effort as Terry Rinker brought the AMSOIL 10 across the line to win the first heat race. In the second heat, Terry's son, 20, Ashton Rinker, was on the pole. He exploded off of the dock with his dad and 80 Brent Dillard right next door. This group had an eye-popping 3-wide battle at 115 miles per hour on the Mississippi, with Ashton Rinker and Brent Dillard leaning out to fight for first. As they came into turn 3, Ashton hooked a buoy, causing an automatic 1-lap penalty. Dillard took off with the lead with Terry Rinker in tow as they came across the line. It was the rookie Dillard and the champion Rinker fighting tooth and nail for the top slot, much to the delight of the fans watching from the Memphis Riverfront. But the race would end under caution as Ashton Rinker, with buoy still attached, came to a stop on the race course, giving the second heat race victory to Dalzell, South Carolina's Brent Dillard. When the second group of Formula 2 boats took to the water, it was 32 Merv Bjork on the pole for the first of their 2 heat races. When they hit the backstretch, 27 Mark Profit took the lead, and Bjork, 24 Mark Welch, and 33 Rob DiNicolantonio went 3 wide for second, with Bjork taking the slot and following Profit into turn 3. The 3-wide battle resumed in the turns, with Bjork holding second and the Bubba Burger 33 of Rob DiNicolantonio charging hard in third as they blasted down the front stretch. Coming out of turn 4, Profit took the turn a little wide. Bjork thought he had a shot on the inside, but the Marine Contractors 27 took off and disappeared with the lead. That's about as close as anyone would get to the 27 as Mark Profit went on to win the first heat race of the second F2 group. In the second heat, it was the trick shot double deuce of Dana Toms on the pole, but 24 Mark Welch, 27 Mark Profit, and 32 Merv Bjork quickly moved out to the front and screamed onto the backstretch, going from 0 to 100 in under 4 seconds. 2 Minnesotans, Bjork and Welch, fought nose-to-nose in the blinding sun for second, with Bjork in the 32 grabbing the spot. All this fighting for position behind him allowed Mark Profit to win the second heat race and grab the pole position for the Formula 2 feature race. The Jacksboro, Tennessee native knows it takes a lot to hold on to the top slot.
To stay out front, you're just going to have to get off the dock quick and just hope for the best. But the boat's starting good. It's one thing that we've struggled all year long is getting the boat to start, and it started great both times.
Mark Profit's on the pole. Let's see how the rest of the drivers will line up behind him for the Formula 2 feature race here in Memphis. For only the second time this year, our defending race winner and series champ Terry Rinker from Tampa, Florida, qualified second. A 2-time Formula 3 winner here in Memphis, Dalzell, South Carolina's Brent Dillard put the Dillard Financial Planning boat in third. In his first time racing on the Mississippi, Zimmerman, Minnesota's Merv Bjork qualified the Total Medical Supply 32 in fourth. Another Minnesotan and another first-time Memphis racer, Mark Welch, qualified the 24 boat in the 5th place slot. Qualifying in the 6th place slot here in Memphis, we find the pride of Okeechobee, Florida, 34 Jeff the Jet Reno. In the 7th place slot, we find the trick shot 22 of Lesage, West Virginia's Dana Toms. North Augusta, South Carolina's General Lee Daniel qualified the 2 boat in the 8th place slot. In the 9th place slot on the dock, we find Powerboat Superleague rookie Ashton Rinker in the AMSOIL 20. Mechanical problems plagued the Bubba Burger 33, but Rob DiNicolantonio got his boat together and qualified in the 10th place slot. And Stout, Ohio's Jerry Gwynn, who missed out on the qualifying heats, will start at the back of the dock. Well, fans, just like before, we are at the mercy of the elements. We're hoping these winds settle down because we're ready to go boat racing at the 2012 AutoZone Powerboat Championship in Memphis right after these words.
This presentation of Powerboat Superleague Racing at the 2012 AutoZone Powerboat Championship in Memphis is brought to you by AutoZone. Get in the zone. AutoZone. The Memphis Riverfront Development Corporation. Learn more at memphisriverfront.com. The Memphis Convention and Visitors Bureau, Memphis, home of the blues, the birthplace of rock and roll. Learn more at memphistravel.com. And by Mud Island River Park, bringing families to the river for 30 years.
Fans, welcome back to a blustery Memphis, Tennessee for the AutoZone Powerboat Championship. We have been waiting for the winds to die down, and it's just not gonna happen. The conditions are too dangerous to race. so Powerboat Super League officials had to break the bad news to the drivers that the Formula 2 race has been called. This means the race's pole sitter, Mark Profit, has been named the winner of the Formula 2 race in Memphis, and Mike Tilton is standing by with the happy winner. Mike.
Mark, first place finish here in Memphis. I know you got to be happy. Lots of competition out there, and the river was rough, but I know you like it like that. Your boat was smoking.
Oh, I love the rough water. Rough water's great with us, and you know the boat was just set up perfectly. Come off the dock and just pulled out away from them and run off and left them.
Well, I'll tell you what, you did run off and leave them, and tell you what, those guys were challenging to you. You got a lot of competition. What's up for 2013 for you?
Well, we got a new boat coming. Gary Pugh's going to build us a brand new Pugh, and hopefully we'll be faster than we was this year.
Merv Bjork is happy to earn another top 5 finish in 2012, right next to fellow Minnesotan 24 Mark Welch. Jeff Reno slips 1 notch from his 5th place finish in 2010. Here's Mike with our 3rd place overall finisher. Mike.
Brent, rookie season here in the Super League, and here in Memphis you take home 2nd place. Boy, I tell you, got to be almost a dream season for you.
Yes, sir. This season it started out a little rough. We had a little rough patches at the beginning of the season, but every race we got better. And here in Memphis we got a 2nd place, and we're very, very proud of it.
Well, all we can say is look out in 2013.
Oh, yes, sir. We're really close. We beat them 1 heat, so next year we'll be right there.
As we look at the final championship points, Terry Rinker came into Memphis with the championship in hand. Ashton Rinker is the front runner for Powerboat Super League's Formula 2 Rookie of the Year. Now, here's Mike with our returning Formula 2 Series champ. Mike.
Terry, congratulations on your 8th Tour Championship, 2nd in a row here on the Super League, and also winning it consecutively with your son winning the Formula 3 Championships. Got to feel good.
I tell you what, it's outstanding to be able to come racing with the family and both of my sons actually this year. For Rob to win the championship again, I mean, it's hard enough to win these things once, but repeat it, 2 years in a row for both of us. It's just an outstanding effort of the AMSOIL team, and we just put together a great program. We got a great crew chief in James Chambers, and it's just a team that we have around us. We just keep working and working and working. Never say never, and just keep at it.
The 2012 Powerboat Super League season has been one to remember. The heart-pounding thrills were felt in cities and on waterways throughout America, and we were proud to wrap the season up here in Memphis and can't wait to come back in 2013. Congratulations to our Formula 3 race winner Sam Miller and to our Formula 2 race winner Mark Profit. And of course, congratulations to our Formula 3 Series champion Rob Rinker and to his dad Terry Rinker, our Formula 2 Series champ. For Mike Tilton and the entire crew, I'm Jared Romsberg. We'll see you in 2013, race fans.